Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's Lucas Torreira. Arsenal fans, Arsenal will always be our first love and we can't support nothing else. But, I mean, we're all going to have to follow Aston Villa the next season. Why? Because allegedly Thierry Henry will take over as their manager. Again, it's not facts, it's just mere speculation. But allegedly, if you go through reports, Henry wants to become the manager. There's even talk of Steve Bould becoming his assistant, which I can't lie, I don't believe that bit. But allegedly, the new consortium that's going to take over Aston Villa want Thierry Henry, our legend, our striker, best player in the world, best player of all time in my head. I know Messi's better than him, Messi not better than him. To take over the position. The new owners want him to take over the position. Now it'll be interesting to see. We know Henry's had long ambitions since he's called it a day. He's made it no secret. He hasn't hidden the fact that he wants to be a manager. He hasn't. Yeah, at times it didn't look like he was serious. It looked like he wanted the best of both worlds, the punditry thing, the coaching thing, and a lot of fans got at Wenger when he didn't bring him back, or if it wasn't necessarily that, it was Wenger's comments about I can't create artificial positions. You need to dedicate yourself full time to the club. Wenger wasn't right about everything, but was definitely right about that, and it seems like. I don't want to say over the last 6 months because again he's always had the desire, but after you see the World Cup, Belgium had a good World Cup. All them players from Hazard to Michy Batshuayi, Lukaku have said how positive Henry has been for them. Youth players when he had his short spell at the club said how good he was for them. And then obviously he left Sky Sports recently to pursue this thing. So he's someone that's got something to offer. Many a time good managers don't make good players, but I think Henry will be alright because he's the only person that can tell you he's shot at a particular second because he saw the keeper move. He's got an analytical approach. He's getting his feet wet. He's doing his thing. So I'd want him to go all the way. It's a bit tricky though because I mean I've seen Steve Bruce is still the manager. They'd have to give him some compensation. So I don't know what his compensation package works out as, but there's that. Obviously, pardon me, folk. If Henry was to take over, it isn't exactly an easy job. He's going to have to hit the ground running of sorts. I mean, Villa, I'd like to think they'd give him time. Championship's definitely a difficult league to stay in its own right and get promoted from, but very easily you can slip out of it. So and there's a lot of games in the Championship, so he's going to have to learn how to manage his squad, rotate his squad, give young players chances, lose faith in players, deal with expectations of fans, having to learn to question his decisions. Because Henry, if you know, he's a very vocal person. He even said that's one reason why maybe it was time for him to leave in 06 because he did feel to a degree he was holding players back. They weren't opening their mouth. So if someone so opinionated as Henry, he's going to have to deal with that. From another perspective, he's also going to have to justify every decision. Not justify, because I don't believe managers have to justify decisions. But, I mean, fans pay their tickets, owners own the club. So you kind of have to give reasons for your selections. Villa as well, I don't know if the austerity thing's still going to stay regardless of a new manager or a new consortium or this own management. But if it is, then they're selling key players, so we might have to rebuild. If we even look at Jack Grealish, he allegedly could be joining Spurs, so he's going to have to get in new players. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see him and Lampard, after sharing a seat on Sky Sports, go against it with each other. But yeah, he's going to have to utilise his contacts. Maybe he can lean on Martinez for advice. Obviously, Wenger will always be there. Maybe he could use his Arsenal links to get some players on loan. Maybe he goes down, he exports the Belgian market. I'd like to think if you're a Belgian manager, I mean, if you're not a manager, if you're involved in the Belgian national setup, you kind of have an idea of their talent pool, or you've been seeing players that might not necessarily be known by the general footballing nation and things like that. Obviously, once upon a time, you had to find Kevin De Bruyne or Lukaku was very well known, but Kevin, and so was Hazard, but Kevin was playing for Genk and things like that. If he can utilise that and be one step ahead of the market in the Championship and get some good bargains for his team and they hit the ground running, he could do good things. So yeah, man, I'm supporting Henry all the way, man. I mean, the carrot is obviously to get back to the Prem. I mean, I've got no smoke with Villa. I mean, after we had that FA Cup final against them, I was there. It didn't feel like a final. You knew we was gonna win. We dwarfed them in the stadium. I mean, we beat them about 5-1. So I got no beef with you Villa fans. I got no beef. I had beef when you lot used to come to the Emirates and we draw games about the time you had, what was that player's name? Melberg. But you guys are cool now, man. Shout out to Stilian Petrov as well, man. But yeah, Henry looks like he could become the new Aston Villa manager. So on that note, guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you for watching.